umbrella, wave it. Yo, flip the cup, then say what's up, then slide out with your lady. No ifs or buts about it. My style is technotronic. Got grips and models, so spin the bottle, girl. I'm just getting started. Get up, get up, get up. Pump the volume, you feel the bass. Get up, get up, get up. Turn me on and let me do my thing. Get up, get up, get up. We in the house and we here to stay. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Feel that bass around the block. Feel that red cup to the top. Birthday shots. Doesn't matter who you are. Look around, we in the stars. Round the world, we party on. We go all night strong until we gone. Get up, get up, get up. Pump the volume, you feel the bass. Get up, get up, get up. Turn me on and let me do my thing. Get up, get up, get up. We in the house and we here to stay. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Get up.
It's good morning, good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you're watching from all around the world. It's a really exciting afternoon here at the Australian Poker Tour Queensland leg as we join the final table. Heads up for the absolute prestige cars. The grind, after 2 massive days of grinding, we are down to heads up. Our players are on the table. They both came in together. Good mates, but you can expect some really heavy play here. They both want the title, the beautiful Drakakis jewellery APT ring that goes with it. Harvey Silver here, joined initially here by one of our good friends who's played feels like 1 million events already here in Queensland. Jade Mitchell. Jade, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You know these guys pretty well.
That I do.
Jesse, Josh, they are good mates. But you will attest that often good mates play harder against each other than strangers, don't they?
Well, yeah, when you've got the knowledge of how they play, you're more cautious and you're not going to get out of line too much.
Bit of a recap from yesterday. If you didn't watch right down till 2:30 a.m. Queensland time, the event was due to finish at midnight. We still had 5 on the final table. The guys decided they wanted to play it down. Naj particularly was very keen to finish it last night. He was probably the instigator of all of that after a bit of discussion with the organisers. They decided to play for another 2 hours, so they played from midnight through till 2 a.m. We lost 3 more players. We finished heads up, and J Mac and Jesse were more than happy to call it there and come back for heads up today, which is, I actually love this. I love it. We're almost holding a heads up event on its own. for what is a really big title. We're 207 start, 1,250 buy-in for this. The winner takes $53,000. Nothing to sneeze at, is it, Jade?
That's big money.
So as they work their way into this, you've played on the tables with both these guys. What are we going to expect here?
Anyone that knows Josh knows he's quite an aggressive player. He can be loose, but it's controlled loose. He, does calculate risk, but he's going to put the pressure on with that stack for sure. Jesse's quite a calculated person. If anyone's going to be trapping, it's him. But yeah, heads up. A lot of the cards do play itself. If Jesse does get bullied down to nothing, it's going to be a matter of the cards.
We're at 81.60 blinds with a 160 big blind ante. How big a deal is the fact that J-Mac has nearly 2 times the chips, or it can turn pretty quickly? Exactly.
If he's not controlled with his aggression, it will turn very quickly with the way Jesse plays. But I would say Josh is a little bit more competitive than Jesse. Jesse's very cool, calm, collected. Josh is here to win this for sure, as Jesse would be as well. But I think Josh is that little bit more competitive.
Josh does take that little pot there. Hit his 7 on the flop. Coming on the chat, love to hear from you. We don't know how long this will go for. It might be a few hands, it might be a few hours. But I'm sure our viewership's going to increase very quickly as people realise we are now broadcasting Heads Up Live. Johnny has just messaged us on the chat. Johnny made the final table here. I think he made the last 6. I think he finished 6th. Good on you, Johnny. He's back at work today. It was obviously a lot more fun here the last 2 days, playing in the grind. He played really well. He nursed the short stack for a long time and had a couple of pay jumps with a very short stack. So well done, Johnny. You played well yesterday. It was a real pleasure watching you as Jesse picks up a pair of 9s.
Because it's hard. What do you expect me to do here? Actually, if you fold from the
quick fold from J-Mac.
The small blind, yeah. I need play good cards.
I don't even have 1 over.
Should have called.
If I rip it, you call?
Nah.
Yeah, I think it's really important to for Jesse to be putting pressure on when he is ahead. Sometimes slow playing will allow the other player to catch up, and Josh isn't scared of chasing and then taking advantage of a card that might come out and putting pressure on and jamming. I saw him actually do that yesterday against Craig. I think he had Queen 2 and he flopped a pair of 2s. When Craig had a pair of 7s, the board was a 6 high, and sure enough, he put max pressure on when the board ran out of straight and he only had a pair of 2s. So I think Jesse needs to put pressure on him to not chase too much.
Really couldn't get over how much action there was yesterday all the way through it. It was not just the players, but gee, the cards just kept coming out. Everyone was hitting flops and, getting really interesting starting hands. Didn't see any massive, I can't remember kings, I can't remember aces. I think there was a queens at one stage, but there was a lot of hands that, players were limping in, or, min raises and, 3 players hitting the flop and straights and flush draws, and there was just so much action on the table. It was a really great few hours to watch. I did mention Johnny, my favourite hand probably of the tournament so far was Johnny was all in a 3-way, and he had a wheel draw to get out of trouble and just needed a 4, and everyone was calling for the 4, and the 4 came and he tripled up and stayed alive. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, lots of fun yesterday, and obviously a little less talk today because there's only 2 players on the table, but a lot of table talk, a lot of really good community will. as I suppose a lot of those guys who made the final table knew each other really well.
Yeah, well, even heads up, there will be table talk here. Like you said, these guys are friends. Did see them at the bar buying a drink together, cheersing at the start of this heads up game.
Where do my pink chips?
Definitely two people that love to have fun, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. They're over here.
Yeah, right. It's like that, huh?
Yeah. Exactly like that. Let's check. Let's check. Let's check.
Jesse's got the check mark here with the 2 pair.
Jesse bets 360.
Bets out 360.
I think this is a board that Josh might continue on, as the example I gave earlier, where he can rep and put pressure on with a river card. No, he doesn't.
Introducing new rules. Have to show one if you win the hand.
Alright, done. Do you want to see the
Other player
first?
picks.
Yeah, making their own rules up as they go.
Other player picks.
Oh, okay.
Other player picks. Left,
They're,
play left or right.
It's like they're playing a show 1 card now.
You might have some picks
Yeah.
back now. Points, please. I nearly make it $1 million on the turn.
What stopped you?
Big one, Jess. Big one.
Yeah, it's all smiles, no matter what comes out, I think. Both of these guys are genuinely just happy to be there and have a fun heads-up game.
How many chibis?
Yep, it's fun with that
Josh Coles.
seriousness in the background of knowing that it's 53K for the winner and a trophy and
I
a
don't,
ring.
yeah, I don't think that that's affecting these players at all.
Great.
Both of these people, like I said, they love poker and they love to have fun. They've both had big wins before. There's definitely, I don't feel any pressure happening right now.
Informed here by our production staff that 5 years ago was the first time these guys finished heads up against each other in a tourney. I understand that Josh won that and that this is Jesse's chance to exact a bit of revenge. This is a much bigger tournament than that one, from what I understand. So Josh has it here with the king.
Jesse check.
Not getting anything. I wouldn't have thought even the smallest bet. He's not getting anything here.
Yeah, I like his check trying to trap there, but Jesse's not silly.
Love the smile. Straight after I bet, it's just like so cagey. If you fold, you get to see one, but if you call, you get to see both. It's like a bargain.
You can just see in his face, he's thinking about it.
Try and let you hear as much of the table talk as we can, because it is part of the whole psych of this heads up.
I've got a good hand. So,
Wow.
Cold.
Josh's image pays off.
I don't want to take my chips back.
is that good?
10 high.
I can have a lot of straight bills that are blown, I guess. Jacob?
Give me a 10 card.
Jack 8 flop. Josh has potential to have like 9 10s in his hands and stuff like that.
You have the wrong impression of what I actually do. See, I just win.
You just win.
I don't play poker, I win. Fine, sweet.
So it does look like they've agreed
I think you're supposed to try
to reveal one of the cards if they fold, which is another element to this, I suppose. Reveals a little bit, and
Makes it more fun.
It does make it more fun, and it can put you on tilt too if the car that gets shown is.
That's why they've decided to do it. Like I said, they're very fun-loving guys.
350. 350,000.
I'm feeling gambling.
You get to see both.
Turn you up.
Go.
Let's keep your blinds out.
Oh,
It's to see
smart.
the 6, I think. Hard for us to see from here which card's being revealed.
Had you crushed.
The message there from Todd Rivers, another one of
Crushed.
our final table
No.
grinders from yesterday. Good luck, guys. Both deserving winners, whoever takes it down. Todd also played particularly well in this event. Can't help but feel sorry for the boys who've been able to play here for a couple of days and have had to go back to work. I'm sure they would love to be here, especially since we're on day 2 of the Goliath, which is the other event that's happening outside at the moment. And once this one is finished, we'll reset the feature table and bring a table of the Goliath on here for the broadcasts. Big names in that. That's the big buy-in event, $2.5 grand.
Definitely, I was looking around today, and every table is just
Yeah, but that
packed
could be
with
a drink.
But when you look
great
at
players.
95, the old Dolly Parton, I can't do it, bro.
Oh.
It's not me.
Sorry.
Very hopeful that the Goliath does get finished today and doesn't get carried over to a third day like this one. It's banking the schedule up a little bit, but as I said, I'm really pleased that we get to watch this as a full-on heads-up contest starting from a fresh day. They've had a good sleep. As you say, they've hit the bar together, had a chat. It certainly doesn't look like any deals have been made. I think they're both pretty keen to win this. If they have done some deals, there may be some side bets or some stuff like that going on. But
I wouldn't be surprised with side bets.
yeah,
I didn't want to see that card. Tried King 3.
Yeah, what? Did you link the button with King Queen?
No, King.
Oh, yeah, King
Eileen.
Blinds, please. Big blind, Jess.
I sold it on the way in.
Max is a friend of Jesse's. Jesse's from the Sunshine Coast, and so is Max. Obviously needling Jacob.
Yes, we are playing.
we have seen the back of Jacob's head a lot in this feature table through the last few days.
Jacob's been complimented on his hair for 10 years. He does have the nicest hair.
Oh, no. No, just like the original part. Yeah, we went 6 EATONS. It was pretty pointless scoring.
Jesse raises 400,000. Drop balls.
Yeah, he did. He did. On the way here, we're like, we had like 18 off them.
Oh, we did.
That's a flop. You have to triple it off on.
Jesse bets 160. Drop balls.
That is the right price, sir.
Jade, it's a good time to remind everyone that we're watching this and commentating on this just as you are on the feed. We're on a half-hour delay, so we don't have much idea of what's going on out there live. And this is another sort of layer of our security here, so we can't, be contacting people about what is happening live. But I will say that we're not that far from the action, and there's been a lot of noise outside in the last few minutes. So hang on to your hats, everyone. Don't go too far. It's all I can say at the moment without revealing too much of what I don't know anyway. But yeah, a lot of noise outside. So and there's a big rail watching this one too.
Oh, Jesse's getting tricky.
I don't. Oh wow. Okay. So this is massive.
I was willing to call.
Oh wow. So Josh putting Jesse to the sword here really early in this.
This is exactly what I said about letting him get there where he can make a bluff.
Yeah.
You know, I checked to trap you on the river.
I think if you play it slow like this, you have to call off. Like it's obviously hard. All he needs is a queen to win.
That's what I put you on.
I don't have 9 club. Not a 9 or a 7.
And if I could just lip read, that did look like he just said something about trapping.
I can't tell you anymore.
Wow. So this is for his tournament.
Some random 4-5.
Why would... What? Is that called the flop?
Yeah, that's why I'm confused. Otherwise, if you don't have a 9 or a 7,
You got to figure it out for yourself. You can't like expect me to figure it out for you.
yeah, help me out.
Okay. What do you want to know?
What do you call on? Can you have air? Can you have a 4-5 on the flop?
No. I don't have 4 flags.
You don't have a 9 or a 7?
No.
That's crazy. What do I beat then? I got a set. Am I allowed to say that?
I don't know.
It's too late now.
That's crazy.
Jesse folds.
You want to see both?
Yeah. Ah, too good. Anything less.
So exactly as you said,
Sounds like a 4-5. It's an air.
Jade, he's put him to the sword with nothing. He
Pair of twos.
he seemed to know that he had, well, you know, virtually nothing there, but
That's why I thought
just
you could have 4-5.
couldn't put his tournament life on a pair, even though it was a good pair.
I think, you know, a good player that has a big stack, I think fear factor comes down to a lot of it. You see a lot of pros, I've seen some of the biggest names jamming, putting pressure on. We saw Liam exit the game, Huss exit the game on, you know, a board that's run out a big draw, and yeah, jam and put the pressure on when they're behind to get the fold. Most people don't want to risk their tournament life and be wrong. You'd rather make a bad fold than a bad call.
And we keep talking about stack size, and you know, it might sound pretty obvious, but you know, if it goes round the other way, he probably doesn't do that shove for a start. But you know, if Josh is the big stack, he just calls there, you know, immediately, because it's not his tournament life. And
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
so-
as David has said in the chat, Josh does love a punt.
Yeah.
Anyone that knows Josh knows that.
Josh bets 160,000. Jesse folds.
The 2. Yeah.
yeah, it was honestly just a vivid example of exactly what you were talking about.
Much of a challenge.
Someone who's a bit looser, a bit riskier, got the stack to be able to do that with. And
This is why you put the pressure back early when you do believe you're ahead. I don't think, there's certain players that can be trapped and certain players that can't.
Do you want me to dump you back some so it's a little bit...
Like I said,
that
Josh
right?
is
Yeah,
quite
just
intelligent
take
as
it
well
better
when
for
he
the
does certain things. But yeah, he doesn't mind
Jesse checks.
putting it all on the line.
Should we up the blind? Oh, okay, what about this? For a couple of hands, like 3 hands, you want to do
we've got a few
button shuttle?
of our players come up, just like yourself, Jade, for a
Oh, no, you're a bit short.
bit of time in the commentary box. And one of those is on day one was Nuno Da Silva, who is the owner of Absolute Prestige Cars, our sponsor. You can see him on the chat there. Nuno, thanks for your insights and your time in the box, but also for tracking your tournament and your sponsorship. It's been a ripper, this one. The grind. Players have loved the structure of this. We've seen some great poker, some suck outs, some pressure like we just saw last hand. We've seen a bit of everything.
Nice trap.
And,
Alright, so
what we are seeing is Josh accumulating chips.
Yeah, whatever. 4 or 6, you pick.
4.
I obviously have the chip man, so I don't want to...
4. Because I think I only have enough for 4.
Yeah.
And then I'm out.
Okay.
A straddles live in this game?
It's not really straddle. You
Looks like we've got an amazing feature table coming up in the Goliath.
it just makes it more interesting.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. You're going to know a lot of these names as well. The Goliath is our
So
big
Jesse
buy-in
raises
event, 2.5 grand.
320,000.
How much have you got? Like
I think
3
we
and a
had
Yep.
nearly 70 entries yesterday, and can still buy into this until the end of the second level today. So I think we're hoping to get up to the 100, which would be a great result if we manage to get 100 entries for that.
There's definitely been a few rebuys. I've heard of multiple people, 2-3 bullets.
Didier Jurin
See another player that
join us. Joe Hasham, Johan Lees, Jared Thatcher, Liam Joe. Wow, this is going to be a
It's a
fun
massive
table, isn't it?
table.
Yeah. So don't go anywhere after this one. We are commentating this, as I said, half an hour behind the actual action. We don't know how long this heads up's going to go for, but
we don't need hands.
as Josh keeps accumulating chips and
Obviously, the
Jesse
aces against King.
gets short, it certainly starts to feel like it's getting towards the end, especially when Josh keeps hitting flops
Yep.
and hits them again like that. Unfortunately for him, Jesse's just got air here.
I wouldn't say
Gotta
air.
hit-
He's
well,
got,
he's gotta hit
he's
a
got a
gut
draw.
shot.
He's got a draw,
Yeah,
and
he's
the
got to
way
hit a
Josh
gut
has
shot,
played
that's
it,
true.
you know, you might as well have a stab at it.
Josh is all in. Jesse folds.
And he's protected that hand really well
Yeah.
by coming in over the top. So,
Exactly.
as I say, Josh keeps accumulating chips. Guess he's going to need a double up pretty soon here to not get really, really short and start to get desperate. Even though blinds, as I say, he's still got plenty of big blinds, but the way this is being played and the pressure that's being put on him,
Remember last time we played heads
he's
up?
going to need to try and even up this chip count pretty quickly.
Yeah,
Money back
I know.
into 2016.
320.
Jesse raises 320,000.
Spoken about favourite starting hands for people that have been in here. This one keeps coming up, suited 8-6, which Jesse has. Josh, the Jackson 5.
Josh folds 320. Thank you. Yeah. Josh checks.
Is that 160?
Yeah. Jesse bets 160,000.
Got a spot for 160. How much money are there?
Very
He didn't
small
score
bet
quite high,
into
so
I didn't.
Josh's stack, so he'll call.
You're not wrong. You speak some sort of fact.
Josh checks.
I'd like to see Jesse go again here.
Jesse checks.
Yeah, I think if he puts pressure on again there, he could get a fold, and he's obviously picked up more equity with a heart draw.
it's weird because I think you're going to call anyway. So.
Jesse checks.
You have a
Yeah,
point.
he gives it to him.
Yes, I was calling correctly. We chop it, it's fine.
So,
8, 8,
I think I have to shove to get you not to call for a drop.
beat you into the pot.
So just playing the board there, they get a chop.
Yeah. And I could be trapping you with a king. And then you just get binned. Like,
What's next
Oh,
for
I
you,
didn't even
Jade?
see that chop.
Yeah.
Um,
What's next for you?
I played this morning the Survivor Bounty, which was a nice little buy-in. I don't know much for tonight.
I'll flip these 3 pinks.
I think I need a break. I've been playing for like 14 days, and it won't be a bad thing to reset, enjoy myself,
Yeah,
relax,
good.
and
Well, it was your birthday a couple of days ago, and you celebrated that playing poker, so maybe celebrate your birthday tonight, have a couple of drinks and
actually,
relax.
we're going skydiving tomorrow morning. We're taking off and coming back. We've got the teams event on tomorrow
Yep.
and the ladies event on tomorrow. it's a really good day to let your hair down and have a drink. Teams events pretty much known for having a drink with your buddy. And there's a fair few ladies that are actually getting into this ladies event. From what I've heard, we have a dealer now. The price has increased, the buy-in's increased, and we have a dealer. This is going to change the ladies' games. I do believe it's going to get more interest now because of this change. Oh, we're all in.
Here we are. Okay, so as we're talking about drinking, one of these boys might be having a drink very, very soon. We're all in here. Jesse's behind with the Ace 8 as we can hear the rail gathering around. There's a big dog here to stay alive. Jesse's going to need to get very lucky.
Jesse's got ace 8.
Probably about the worst hand that you want to see, isn't it? To
It's, yeah.
have a both having an ace and you having the undercard. Let's see what happens. There's no flush opportunity. No real straight opportunity, so
he needs a really
needs to
good
get
flop.
really lucky.
He needs a really, really good flop. At least some outs to improve his hand. And
He
there's
gets
nothing.
absolute. So he's going to need runner 8 to stay alive here.
Oh,
Oh, hang on, could be a chop.
Opportunities, opportunities.
Face down.
No, not even the ace was going to save him. There was very little there. So we are done. Congratulations. Really well played, Josh.
What a gentleman there, Jesse, just clapping Josh for the win.
Yeah.
What a
As
great
we've
sport.
said all along, good mates. And a really nice win. 53K for the win. And just as important, I'm sure, is the title of the Absolute Prestige Cars, the Grind Champion for 2024. And in addition to the trophy, that beautiful Trakakis Jewellery APT ring. He must be wrapped.
Oh, definitely.
Look, I peeled the jack and then I'm like, whoa, that's close. And then
Anyone's wrapped when they're taking down a win, that's for sure, especially one of over 50K.
that was disgusting.
That was easy.
Obviously,
You know what? We can do a few doors in the garage now.
Yeah.
So Jesse, while he'd be disappointed, he would also be very proud of the way he played and his run. He was short stacked on that final table for a little while as well. Didn't look like he was going to get through. There was a couple of really crucial hands that he won when he was all in, and finishes up second. It's all smiles.
no doubt they are talking about the hand where Jesse had 2 pair and Josh jammed on him. No doubt that conversation is going to be had if it hasn't already.
You actually have 2 pair?
Yep, they're talking about that now.
Oh, are they?
No, you have queen 10 or king 10? Because I think you call all ace-x 2 pairs, right?
Well, I'll tell you one thing I guarantee, they will be on the stream very shortly watching that hand, because by the time they have the presentation, the photos, it'll probably be about catch-up time on the stream, so I'm sure they'll watch it. And of course, they are happy with it finishing as it does, because it gives them a chance to buy into the Goliath, and they both want to play that. The grandest of events, the Goliath. We're going to stay with the table for a little bit. We're going to see the presentation. We're going to see the winner's photo, and then we're going to reset the table and bring in a hell of a table for the Goliath. We've mentioned a few of the names that are going to be on that. And we might have a little break in the commentary, but you'll be seeing the pictures, and we'll come back as we get into that event. But Johan Lees, Liam Jahu, Joe Hashem, Didier Jurin.
Definitely got some big guns there.
Yeah, it's going to be a really cool table coming up here in about an hour. Once we get through all the formalities, reset the table. I'm sure there's a lot of happy viewers out there, happy for Josh. be a lot of people out there who know both those guys really well, and I do have to say it's really deserved. You know, having watched him play for so long yesterday, did a great job. It's not taking anything away at all from Jesse, but Josh played great. He got some really important hands when he needed them, played them well, and then, you know, like as you say, that crucial hand where he got Jesse off
Two pair.
the 2 pair
Yeah.
when he only had a pair of 2s. It was yeah, they're gonna
It
look
takes
back at
balls.
that. It
That's what you got.
it
You
takes-
got to have them in poker.
Yeah.
You definitely do.
He just played his stack really well there. The fact that he had a sort of a 2-to-1 stack lead, and understanding that that was for Jesse's tournament. Is he going to have the nerve to call? He just couldn't bring a call there, and that would have flipped the stack sizes completely on their head. But that's the game, and all credit.
Yeah, if he makes that call and the stack sizes are different, I don't see them jamming pre with ace-8 and ace-jack. I don't think they need to risk it there. So the game would have played out completely different.
If you're in the Brisbane area, up on the coast, Gold Coast, and you're thinking of coming down, you haven't seen Eaton's Hill yet, do it. This is a really great setup. It's a little Las Vegas style room here.
You know, this venue has been awarded the best venue in the whole of Queensland. And I would have to agree. There is so many different areas here that you can sit in and enjoy. It's a great venue.
It does say lots, doesn't it, where your interstate visitors like myself from Melbourne are staying in the hotel, which is attached to the resort, so we don't have to go anywhere. The pub here is fantastic, huge joint.
It's absolutely massive place. I think 3 levels, maybe 4?
Yeah.
4 levels.
I have done the restaurant a couple of times, but I'm reliably informed that Friday and Saturday nights go off.
They do. They definitely do.
Looking forward to tomorrow night. We'll keep an eye on the ladies tournament, and then hopefully all the ladies come upstairs to the pub afterwards.
I'm looking forward to a good day tomorrow, a relaxing day with the other ladies' friends and having a dealer at our table.
Yep, it's very cool. And I'm expecting really great support from the ladies tournament, because I look around the room even right now and there's a lot of females playing. I really love that the APT creates that atmosphere where, you know, you girls, you know, don't feel intimidated or out of place. I've heard it so often from, you know, from girls who like poker, not who've played a lot, but, you know, would like to get into it, that they, you know, one of the things is that they can find it a bit intimidating, but it is really so welcoming here.
Yeah, I've said this time and time again, that APT is one of my favourite poker series leagues because of their care factor. It's the atmosphere is warm, it's friendly, it's not too serious, it's accommodating. So, yeah, I definitely recommend, if you're a female in poker and you want to keep playing more and you want to be part of a community, come down, check out this community here. It's unreal.
And it's not just girls. I mean, you know, if you're a bit older, you know, there's a lot of young guys here, and there's a lot of aggressive players. Aggressive as in, you know, the way they bet, not
Yes,
personality. Yes. But, you know, even, you know, for older players, I don't think they also don't feel, you know, out of place or that they're not welcome. We've got such a spread of ages of people that are playing here. And also, you know, a spread of experience. You know, you've got the Joe Hashems and the Didiers, you know, all the way down to people who this is the first time they've played in a tournament. And, you know, I love that. I just think that the spread of people that we get in the APT is really important for both fostering the game, but also the future of this tour and the game generally.
Yeah, I agree, and I do like that they've brought on some new dealers. You know, having some more dealers means, and those dealers are actually playing as well. So
Yes.
I
Saw Princess won the tournament last night, and the dealers went nuts.
I was in that tournament. I came sixth, and there were 4 dealers at the final table, and they were saying a dealer's going to win it, and they even convinced me. So, yeah, one of them said there's a new dealer. He said it was his first tournament ever that wasn't a pub poker game. And he come, I don't know, better than me, top 5.
Yep.
So good on him. We had 4 girls on that final table, 4 girls, 4 guys too. So it's good to see some other ladies up there and the dealers getting involved, and yeah, everyone supporting each other.
It does say a lot. I'm certainly one of those people that doesn't underestimate anybody at the table. I think some people's perception of others is better than others, and you don't sometimes even need to be the greatest poker player, but if your feel, your sense, your intuition, all of that stuff, you know, is high. And it's probably no surprise to me that often those people are either females. I think they have an incredible intuition on people, but also older people who've got life experience. You know, they sometimes can make it with a lack of, you know, genuine poker skill or poker experience by just reading things.
Life,
you know.
I have to, that it sums up my game.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to pretend that I know poker inside out and that I'm good mathematically, but I think my life experience has helped me to get reads on people, my intuition, which is a huge part of the game as well. If you can be intuitive and, you know, also like weighing up risk versus reward, what value is. You know, if you're good with your money at home and you're good at budgeting, you might be able to, you know, find value in hands and play them better.
And this is why all of us are involved in this, you know, push so heavily that this is a sport, that this is a game of the mind. And we all hate it when people keep talking about gambling and, you know, it's
yes.
There are only people that don't understand this that refer to it as gambling.
Well, yeah, it's just because there's chips and there's money involved and money's going back and forward.
Yeah.
They assume it's gambling.
Yeah, well...
You know, if you're not a profitable player and you're not getting better or whatever, it doesn't even matter because in the end, you're still paying an entry fee and in playing in a sport that you enjoy. I hear people say it all the time where they might pay $150 and they play for 4 hours and they say that was good 4 hours entertainment for $150.
Yeah.
You know, there's other areas we can throw $100 away on a night out at the movies and buying food and whatever.
A round of drinks.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a good experience too. It's a social game. You're sitting down with 8 other people usually at your table, opportunity to get to know people and be part of a community, which is one of the biggest reasons why I have continued to return every series, because of the community.
Well, you spoke the other day when you were in here about moving up to the Sunshine Coast and going to a pub poker game and how important that was for you to make friends, have a new community, settle into a new area. So it is that. And the other thing that frustrates me, I never hear anyone talk about Fortnite or Minecraft or, you know, as gambling, you know, even though you're paying money to be in that and you're making money if you get, you know, sponsored, you're in a team. So, you know, and everyone says, oh, that's a skill, you know, you're on an e-sport. That no one says that's gambling. You know, it's very frustrating.
Yeah,
but, you know, I think you're aware that the Hashem group, led by Tony Hashem, are hell-bent on changing that perception. And, you know, we have a lot of things in the works to do that. And it's no coincidence that I mention esports, because I think that's the potential future of poker, to move it into that sphere where you're really not doing much very different, but it's the perception that's different.
Yeah, totally agree. Can't add any more to that. That's spot on.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much difference between, in reality, a buy-in and, you know, an investment into an esports game. But as soon as you're buying into a poker game, the perception is completely different. So
I think a lot of people that don't know poker as well, when they picture poker, they picture a cash game. where your actual value of your chips is the actual value of your chips. Like it's $1 that you're putting in. And I can understand that money going back and forth, but I do believe tournament structure is more about a game, a registration fee that you pay to play the game, and then if you're the best at it, you get paid off.
I hark back to not that long ago, there was an article in one of the papers about Shane Warne's son, Jackson Warne, talking about him being in a tournament overseas, and he finished, it might have even been the World Series, and they said that he finished the day with $240,000. And the way that they actually reported that was that he was playing $250,000.
Lack of understanding.
And then the feedback is, how can he be doing that with his old man's money?
My goodness. Taken so far out of context
Completely.
because of lack of knowledge.
Exactly. And, and the newspaper had to come and clarify, even though the reporter had no idea that it was $240K in chips.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
And, it's that, as you say, that misconception of what the game is that hurts it. So it's an education thing, sure.
Yeah, and it would be great to see how the Hashems, promote what you were saying about it being just like any other sport.
That's all to come. And I'm sure people will find out as that moves along. It's very, very exciting. If we can move poker into that sphere where it's genuinely accepted as a game of the mind, as a skill, then I think we've done our job. Here he is. Josh comes in for his winner's photo. Looking pretty happy. His winning hand sitting there, propped up against the chips. The ace-jack to the left is the beautiful little Australian Poker Tour ring, which I hope he wears proudly. It's not quite a World Series bracelet or a NBA ring, but it's a beautiful piece of jewellery, and I hope he does wear that with pride and not put it away in a drawer somewhere. And of course that gorgeous glass trophy, which will take pride of place on his mantelpiece.
Oh, the trophies are the best. I absolutely love the step up. I've got 2 of the old trophies and 2 of the new ones, and it's amazing. We a lot of us play for the trophy, so we want something big and beautiful like that sitting on our shelves. Definitely the best out of all the different leagues around.
This is the winner's photo, which could become anything. A wobbly chair.
Brandon. Do you need that chair, Brandon?
Can keep. And I also love that Jessie's in on that photo. Our runner-up celebrating as well.
Go back. She's got to back it up.
He's got a big rail.
What are you doing, mate?
Here they all are. Pardon the language, but that's all fine. We're all very excited. Someone's going to steal it. Jessie's putting it on.
He's so funny.
Just checking the size. You didn't put on your wedding ring, did you? He did. He's put on his wedding ring. There might be a proposal.
That's such a good photo.
Wait, where's Let's Trot?
Well done.
I just lost my big line, mate.
Oh, he's put it back. I thought he was going to propose to him with the ring.
He's a joker.
Lovely. So we'll wrap it up from here. Thanks, Jade. That was it was short but sweet. Very nice.
It was an enjoyable
What is your poker nickname? Because I've got one for you, but
yeah,
what do they call you?
The one that was given to me 14 years ago at pub poker was Ruthless. Because of the style I play, whether you're my friend or you're not, I definitely am there to get your chips. But yeah, I've got a fair few nicknames off the table.
Here we're getting a really good look at the ring. There it is, beautiful. Trying to get a focus on that. Yeah, it's gone.
Nope, it's gone, pinched it.
Well, from here on in, I'm calling you short stack.
Short stack. It's definitely not the case.
She's a petite little thing. but a beast on the table. Thank you so much, Jade, and best of luck for the next couple of tournaments that you play, and come back safe from skydiving tomorrow, okay?
Thanks for having me. It was a great final table to commentate.
Hang with us. We'll be back probably in about 45 minutes once we clear up here, get that table from the Goliath. The Caloundra Crusher, Craig reckons. That could be you.
It's been mentioned a few times by APT in write-ups. Although there's heaps of Caloundra Crushers.
All right, we'll back with the stream soon with that table featuring Didier, Liam, Josh. It'll be lots of fun. Back soon.